Oh, that's good.
And with vectors, think about, what was the area formula we learned that had to do with vectors? Parallelogram, good. Okay. Moving back and forth between spherical, cylindrical, rectangular, right? Basic cylindrical, quadric shapes and planes. Okay. Parametric equations for curves of intersection. That was on one of your tests that came back.
What? Wait, what?
Just curves of intersection. Parametric representations of curves of intersection between surfaces. And there's one on one of the quizzes that you got back. Or I guess it's the one I'm getting back next.
Is it pretty similar?
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Okay, equations of planes and equations of lines. You need to be able to work with those. Okay, finding intersections between, we did a bunch of that, planes and lines. And, okay, tangent line to a curve. You need to be able to work with tangent lines to curves. You need to be able to very quickly. If I say xz plane, that's the plane. What's the equation of the xz plane?
Y
equals 0. I mean, that's not a question, but you need to be able to work with that. The xz plane is y equals 0. xy plane is z equals 0, etc. You have to be able to work with equations of curves, things like unit tangent, unit normal, binormal. And by the way, if I ask you to find a specific unit tangent, unit normal, unit binormal, you have to algebraically find the unit binormal's equation.
No,
you kind of
can use the other.
Yeah, once you get the hard work on the first two, just cross them to get the binormal, right? You don't have to necessarily get the algebraic representation of that binormal. Reparametrization with the sense of arc length, I may omit that one.
Solid.
Probably make that one extra credit.
Oh.
Okay. Very basic motion problem. Given acceleration, can you work backwards to position? Yeah. Yeah, given a vector format, in vector form, given acceleration, and there's one on the one I just gave back, or the one I'm giving back in a minute, I forget which. No, the one I just gave back, I think. I already gave that back. Okay.
What was after basic motion?
After basic.
I thought that was it. That's where I am.
Okay, finding curvature. Calculation of curvature, do it the easy way. Or the easiest, which is the easiest curvature formula? There's a simpler projectile. I didn't even grade the projectile when I gave you because it was so long. There's a simpler projectile in two-dimensional in a plane, like you do in physics class. So don't worry about the projectile one in your test. Okay. Then the rest is pretty easy.
What? Wait. Say them. We'll stay.
Yeah, I'll keep going for those who want to stay for a minute. Are some of you worried about missing a bus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get the quizzes back, then I'll tell you more.